Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton responds to accusations that he fled to dodge a subpoena. After a process server came with the subpoena, Paxton and his wife Angela departed their house. On Monday, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton defended himself against claims that he left his house to avoid being subpoenaed in an abortion rights lawsuit, stating that his actions were motivated by fear for his family's safety. According to court records acquired by the Texas Tribune, Paxton avoided engagement with a process server who submitted a subpoena about a case involving organizations possibly paying for out-of-state abortions for Texans on Monday morning. Paxton was compelled to appear in court for the hearing, which is part of a case filed by NGOs in response to Texas tightening anti-abortion legislation after the Roe v. Wade decision. Paxton responded on Twitter on Monday night, calling the report a total waste of time and that the media should be embarrassed. He justified his stance by citing violence against conservatives. Across the country, conservatives have experienced threats to their safety, many of which have gotten little publicity or criticism from the mainstream media, the Attorney General alleged. Paxton said that the process server was a stranger lingering outside his home and that he was frightened for his family's safety. The Attorney General further claimed that the piece was staged in order to stoke controversy regarding him. "They're criticizing me for having the courage to ignore a stranger loitering at my door and expressing worry for the safety and well-being of my family," he said. According to the Texas Tribune, after hitting their doorbell, the process server informed Paxton's wife, State Senator Angela Paxton, that he was serving the paperwork. She said that her husband was on the phone and couldn't come to the door. Paxton left his residence more than an hour later, barely avoiding contact with the process server, who was still seeking to communicate with him. Angela Paxton allegedly followed, and the two got into the same car. Ernesto Martin Herrera, the process server, argues that he clearly said that he had court paperwork for Paxton and that Paxton raced to a vehicle and disregarded him. "A few minutes later, I noticed Mr. Paxton ran from the garage entrance to the back door behind the driver's side," Herrera recalled. Herrera then notified Paxton that he was serving a subpoena and placed the papers on the ground, which the Paxtons are said to have driven away from. Paxton's court appearance has been scheduled for Tuesday in Austin.